What's up, everybody? It is the best bot, Kid Smooth, and today I want to talk about a little bit about a subject. Now, I know some of the rumblings of E3 was pretty much the reaction to pretty much women's role in some of these action-packed top-tier video games. Some has been positive, some has been negative, whether it be Battlefield 5 and its whole take on history and having pretty much a woman take lead into World War II and focusing on that, and EA giving its reasons, kind of throwing everybody into a fray, whether it be The Last of Us Part 2 and the whole girl on girl kissing scene that they wanted to blow up, and then there's rumblings of Gears 5 finally this time taking a role as Kait as a female lead rather than a Marcus Phoenix or a JD Phoenix. Now, a lot of people pretty much has had pretty much a lot to say about it, and they don't really like the idea of this. And I'm not going to speak for The Last of Us, and I'm not going to speak for Battlefield, but I can truly speak from Gears of War 4, well, Gears 5 or the Gears of War franchise, mainly from history of this game. I feel that Gears 5 decision to move with Kait was actually a natural thing that was going to happen, a natural progression. I don't think it was forced. I don't think it was due to push an agenda. If you guys notice, of all Xbox exclusive or even games, Gears of War has always been the most diverse as far as their characters. There's always been females in the game. There's always been a mixed race of people. You had black people, Asian, Hispanic, white, whatever, Indian. There's always been a large diversity among all the communities and all the people and individuals in the Gears of War universe, and that's been dating back to the original game. So they didn't just start adding, you know, Latinos and blacks and females into the universe. They've been there. They've been in combat. You haven't played. As a matter of fact, I think woman has been playable in the Gears game, at least in that multiplayer, since either Gears 2 or Gears 3, or maybe Gears Judgment and Gears 3. I knew that was the case. So that's why, like, nobody can really have the backlash on Gears 5 choosing to go with Kait, because the game kind of told you that in Gears 4. Sure, we played as JD Phoenix in Gears 4, but really the emotion behind Gears 4 was Kait and what the hell was going on with her mother. The game closes with pretty much at the start of Kait's story, so it was only natural that you either take her role or the game's story be focused completely around her, given the ending of Gears 4. So I don't have an issue playing as Kait, and let's be frank, right? Compared to Battlefield and even compared to Last of Us, Gears of War is not. Gears of War is a fictional story. It's on a fictional planet. Matter of fact, Gears of War doesn't even take place on Earth, so one can say the characters in Gears of War aren't even human. One can really say that this takes place on planet Sierra. So it's completely fictional. So, and the fact that it's historically, Gears of War has historically been diverse. You historically played as women throughout multiple series of the game. So this should be nothing new. And as far as the campaign, I don't mind it. Sure, in the first 3 games we played as Marcus Phoenix, but if you think about all these games, in all 3 games, the story actually wasn't really centered around Marcus Phoenix. You just happened to play around him. I think Gears 2 was more to focus on Dom and his wife and whatnot. But because Gears of War is a co-op experience, somebody always had the control of Dom, whether it be and while the other always had the control of Marcus. So that's just what I wanted to talk about here, is like the decision behind Kait. I didn't want people to fall into this thing where people are like, man, oh, there's all these female leads and playing male roles in these video games, and I just don't think the same can be said for Gears of War, being that there's always been women cog soldiers. Matter of fact, my favorite person to play as in Gears 3 was JD's mom. You know, I thought she was bad, you know. But Kate kind of you know, feels it, and I feel like it's easier to take Gears of War serious, because one of the complaints about Gears of War is the story, the lack. The Gears of War story has never been bad. It's just that character development, the lack of emotion. You just kind of wanted to, when you started the game, just get your gun and just shoot at these big monsters and do it with a buddy and whatnot. I think Gears 5 addresses the complaints people have with the Gears story, and I feel like it's just a natural progression. Of all the other games we talk about, people are upset that you're going to play full-time as Ellie. I think in Last of Us Part 1 you played as Joe and Ellie was like your sidekick. I'm not sure about the DLC. I haven't played the DLC, whatever. Whereas in The Last of Us Part 2, it looks like you're full-time as a older version of Ellie, and she's doing a lot of damage. And people are looking at Gears and like, man, why are we using Kait Diaz? I want to play as Marcus. Women shouldn't be slicing up, you know, monsters and stuff like that. But there's a difference. Gears of War has always been a diverse universe, and Gears of War always had, along with women, men cog soldiers in the same on the same battlefield fighting monsters. It's fictional. So if you don't want to play as a woman in that role, sure, fine. Don't play the campaign. But every time I turn on Gears of War, the multiplayer, Gears 4, I see about 2 Kaits, 2 Ayas. What's his name? Is it Aya? I see Kait's mom. I can't assume that everybody I'm playing with is actually a female using those characters. People use these characters if they're given the option to use them. And I know people say, well, it's multiplayer, it doesn't matter. But as far as a story, sure, I felt they had a story to tell. And if you played Gears 4, and if you finished Gears 4 and you see the ending, it was only obvious that you wanted to know what else happened, what they're going to do with Kait's mom, or how will this impact Kait moving forward, since the game technically ended with her. So that's just my thoughts. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please let me know if I have a point. Do I have a point with this Kait's role in Gears 5, or the focus on Kait being more natural than it is a matter of inclusion, or a matter of pushing the agenda, or a matter of this whole bullshit that's going on with like Battlefield 5. Out of all the games shown, or all the complaints of women taking a lead role, even Wolfenstein, I think the expansion with women taking the lead role, Kait is the only one. Kait and Ellie are the only ones that feels natural, because they had played an importance to their original games that you played prior. Ellie's role feels natural. Kait's feel natural as hell, only because the way the Gears 4 ended, and the fact that Gears of War has always been diverse, and they never really kind of pandered to any group. And this has been dating back to 2006, so this is over 10 years of Gears of War, where it's always been a diverse experience. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to talk more Gears 4 with you guys. We can do it on Twitter, or we can do it in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe if you're not, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Peace.